I've done a thing here. I have taken every team in the NFL and I have taken their best player. So that's where you see all of this traded. Oh my God, what just happened? Taking their best player and traded them to a division rival. Now, with some rules here. We didn't trade one team's best player for the other team's best player. No, we mixed it up. So the Tennessee Titans' best player went to the Indianapolis Colts, but the Titans didn't get the Colts' best player. The Colts actually ended up getting another team in the division's best player. So we just mixed it up that way. I'm going to show you. We're going to go through these teams real quick, and we're going to see what I just did here. We're going to go through a season. We're going to see how this all ended up shaking out. It is crazy, really. I mean, honestly, if you look at what happened, what wound up happening to some of these teams, I'm about to piss some people off. That's what's really about to happen. So, Packers fans, you might be a little pissed right now. Xavier McKinney, the #1 rated player on the Packers, 93 overall. He goes to the Bears. We'll find out who the Bears lost in a minute. But he goes to the Bears. And so from a strong safety standpoint, he's going to jump in front of Jaquan Brisker. Now, you could make the argument maybe Jaquan Brisker should move to free safety and start over Kevin Byard. But we're not going to even do that. We're just going to let Xavier McKinney slide right on in there. So we go to the Bengals. They get Cameron Hayward, 99, from the Pittsburgh Steelers. But, they had to give something up. And if you are a Bengals fan, you're probably already seeing what that is, but we're going to slide. The Buffalo Bills get Sauce Gardner from the Jets. Ooh, yeah, Buffalo people, you're pissed. You're probably pissed right now because you know who's missing, but we're going to slide. The Broncos get Max Crosby from the Raiders. Maybe you know who's missing from the Broncos. You probably do. If you're a big-time Broncos fan, you see, but they get Max Crosby. That defensive line should be even there. So let's look at the Browns. Oh, boy. Ravens fans, are you all right? Check your proverbial pulse. Lamar Jackson to Cleveland. There is no more quarterback controversy in Cleveland. LJ's up in that piece, but they did lose a pretty significant piece. We'll slide though. The Buccaneers get, you gotta even go, it's not even like immediately. They actually got the short end of the stick because you gotta scroll down to find out who they got. From the New Orleans Saints, they get the Mario Davis. Well, the linebacker situation, they got two really good Mike linebackers right here with him and Levante David. So that's what that is. We'll slide. That one's not it's pretty underwhelming. The Cardinals, though, get Fred Warner. Arguably, maybe in my opinion, I think it's the best Mike linebacker in the NFL. He lands with the Cardinals, and he is far and away their best player. Way better than the guy they ended up giving up, if I'm being honest. Go to the Chargers. They get from the Chiefs Chris Jones. Now, the Chiefs kind of got away easy here. This was a down year for Patrick Mahomes. He's only in 95, so he's not the highest rated Charger. Chris Jones he goes to the Chargers. The Chiefs, like I talked about, they get from the Broncos Patrick Surtain II. He comes in there. Now, the defensive line got dramatically weakened with Chris Jones going. That's going to be tough for them. But that secondary with him and McDuffie, don't throw the ball. Forget about it. Don't even do it. Don't even do it. And they got Pat Steele. So Chiefs look pretty solid in some ways. The Colts, as you saw from the trade graphic they got Jeffrey Simmons. Now, if anybody knows anything about Jeffrey Simmons, they know he ain't really healthy a lot. So we see how long they get a chance to keep Mr. Simmons, but he's with the Colts. Next up, we got Philadelphia. Born and raised. The playground is where you spent most of your days. Saquon Barkley has left Philly, and he has landed with the Washington Commanders. That's interesting. You give Jaden McDaniels, Saquon Barkley to hand the ball to. We might have something different. We're gonna see. The Cowboys get Scary Terry. Now, McLaurin in real life wants to get traded. There ain't nowhere in the world the Commanders going to trade him to Dallas, not in the division. But in this, he's in Dallas, and Dak Prescott got two dogs. I'm talking about absolute dogs to throw the ball to. 95. What? The Dolphins get Christian Gonzalez from the Patriots. The only time they'll ever get anything from the Patriots, to be honest, unless it's an old coordinator that nobody actually ended up wanting as the head coach. I'm just saying, Christian Gonzalez is in there. He's 95. The Eagles, they lost Saquon. But this is the best interior lineman in the game, in my opinion. All things considered, Dexter Lawrence II is an absolute beast. He's a dog. And in the trenches, though, the Eagles are still nasty. Now, we'll see what they do with the running game, but I think they can still be really, really good. I know Saquon is Saquon, and so I'm not tripping, but they might actually be better, to be honest. The Falcons get Derek Brown from the Panthers. They lost Grady Jarrett to my Bears, which this is massive upgrade here with Derek Brown's much younger. He's a 99. Come on, what are we talking about? Atlanta Falcons. All right, slide to the 49ers. They still got George Kittle. They gave up Fred Warner, but who did they get? You gotta see that. You gotta scroll a little bit, but this ain't bad from the Rams. Devontae Adams, he becomes the #1 wide receiver there with Brandon Ayuk. Hey, this ain't bad. This ain't bad, but losing Fred Warner is not easy, right? The Giants, oh my. Dallas, are you all right? Cowboy fans, are you okay? Jerry, are you okay? Jerry, are you okay? Are you okay, Jerry? Micah Parsons to the Giants. I know Cowboys fans just threw up. You just threw up in your mouth. About that. Micah Parsons to the Giants. That's significant. Their pass rush is pretty crazy. The Jaguars, Quentin Nelson from the Colts. Hey, I don't know. It's not going to blow, but Trevor Lawrence would appreciate it. I believe that. I think Travis Etienne would appreciate it. I think they would. You get one of the best interior offensive linemen in the game. It's not going to blow your mind splashy, but it's something. The Jets, whew, he just feel like he should be a Jet. When you really fast, you should spend some time with the Jets. 98 speed down from 99. Should be with the Jets. Tyreek Hill to the Jets. They lost Sauce Gardner to get Tyreek Hill. They get an offense for defense trade, but they're going to miss that corner because the rest of their corners, as you can see, ain't nobody even in the top screen, and we at 79. So, yeah, it ain't going to be cute. The Lions, they still got Penei Sewell. So who did they get? They got from my Bears. We just got him. They just made the offensive line just even more ridiculous with getting Joe Tooney. This is not even really. I almost wanted to rescind my idea with that. I didn't like that at all. The Packers get, sometimes one thing is better than the other. Justin Jefferson is with the. Now I'm throwing up. I'm sick. I don't want the Packers to get nothing ever. If the Packers win the Super Bowl in this thing, I'm gonna cut the video off. I don't even care. I'm just gonna stop it right there. Foof. We gonna be done. The Panthers get Vita Vea. And they gave up Derek Brown, so they swapped one dominant defensive tackle for the other. So they may not feel much or nothing, to be totally honest. Different styles, but 99, 98, they pretty much might stay like the same. The Patriots get Buffalo. Okay, Buffalo people. Buffalo people. Buffalo Soldiers lost Josh Allen. Oh my goodness. Josh Allen to the Patriots would literally cause some people in Buffalo, New York to lose their whole entire minds. I'm sure it would, but that's going to happen and we're going to see it. And, he's reunited with your boy, Stephon Diggs. You see how unhappy Stephon is there? Yeah, that's probably how he feels. All right, the Raiders. They get Rashawn Slater. He just actually tore his knee up in real life. I hope he's all right, but it doesn't look like it. I think he might be out for the season. But not in this one. From the Chargers to the Raiders. They lost Max Crosby. They get him. Offense, defense swap. The Rams get Big Leonard Williams from the Seattle Seahawks. We'll see. He ain't Aaron Donald, but Hey, right next to my man Kobe Turner, they nasty up the middle right now. They really are. They really are. Let's see. The Ravens. Ooh, well, see, the Bengals lose Jamar Chase, and he's a dog. But who is throwing him the ball now? Because Lamar is in Cleveland. So he got double me, but somebody got to get him the ball. I don't who is the quarterback? How far down do we have? Oh my God. Baltimore, I'm very sorry that it's this way. But Baltimore, your starting quarterback is Cooper Rush. So you might have to rush somebody to the hospital. That's not it. Won't be it. We're gonna find out. The Saints get Jesse Bates the third from the Falcons. All right, they already had a decent. Well, no, he actually retired, but not here. He didn't retire here. Tyrann Mathieu, but all right. But if he did, Jesse Bates replaced him. The Seahawks, Buda Baker. They get him from the Cardinals. He is far and away the best player in the secondary for them, but they got a good secondary. But this secondary is really nice now for Seattle, honestly. The Steelers, whoa. Well now. The greatest pass rush ever created. I mean, now they did lose Cameron Hayward, but off the edges, Lordy. Look, Myles Garrett and TJ Watt is like your best ultimate. This is crazy. Oh, the defense is crazy. Look at the defense. The top four. Oh my mercy, heaven help them. It's nasty over here. It's nasty over here with the Steelers. They did lose Cam. The Texans, not him. Joe Mixon's already there. They get Josh Hines Allen from the Jacksonville Jaguars. It depends on, they got a heck of a rotation with pass rush here. I don't know who's going to start. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know. It might not help at all because he may not play enough, but that's what you got with the Texans. With the Titans, Derek Stingley Jr. This is actually for the Titans a humongous upgrade or addition at corner. This would be crazy good for them. They still ain't gonna be good. I'm just gonna be real with you. They ain't got no quarterback. This just ain't gonna work out. But at least defensively, they're gonna be better. Last team, the Vikings the Vikings actually, yes, okay. Justin Jefferson is a 99 overall. He's the best wide receiver probably in the league right now. Jamar Chase is right in there. He's a 99 too. But they get Amon-Ra St. Brown. So it ain't really that big of a fall off. They gonna be all right. They gonna be all right. I don't know why I'm singing a lot, but yeah, we're gonna jump right on into it at this point. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna show this mostly through the new edition, which is the weekly recap. So we'll go ahead and advance these weeks, and we're gonna go ahead and look at what it looks like. Hopefully, we get a chance to see the weekly recap. All right, let's take a look at what happened with that first week. Did somebody go off? Did we have some crazy performances from somebody? Look, Dak Prescott went for 339. Look at Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart played. What? Did somebody get hurt? Did Russell get hurt? Or did Jackson Dart just beat him out? I don't know, but Jackson Dart went for 336 and 3 touchdowns. Nobody really seemed like they went crazy of any of the new people. I don't see a single new addition over here in the top performers. Not any of those guys. Not Tyreek Stevenson had 8 tackles. That's probably not a good thing. Did the Bears win? The Bears did win. The Bears beat Detroit. So let's look at these. Let's just take a look at we don't look at the stats every single time, but we want to look at what we're seeing here. So Caleb Williams did not. I don't know how it was the Bears. I don't know how we won, but they did. Joe Burrow had a good game, solid. Mike White. Oh, this who's starting instead of Josh Allen. Yeah. Bo Nix had he didn't have a good game. 4 picks. God dog, Bo. All right, so we are checking in first after week 2. So we got games of the week. We had a bunch of stuff to check. But first thing I want to do is I want to look at the stats. I want to look at what we're looking at is top performance, right? So we got Jackson Dart is starting over, or he's got to be playing over Russell Wilson. He's got 562 yards and 3 touchdowns. What I'm looking for is people who are on new teams. And right now, I don't see that through week 2 just yet. So nobody is really making a big impact. And I will say this, didn't have everybody in there, the depth charts quite adjusted. So I'm assuming that I'm looking at this is probably going to pop in a little bit more as we move towards, looking at some future games or whatever, right? But we'll pop in, take a look at a couple of quarterback play here. Caleb Williams is, not that good yet. Joe Burrow is being Joe Burrow. No picks. And we got Mike White in here playing for Josh Allen. I'm sorry, Buffalo. It's not even bad as I thought, but Bo Nix is having a really tough time with life right now. It ain't going well. 5 picks. Then we got Lamar played. Of course, we said the first game we had Flacco playing. That should have never happened. Lamar's in there having a nice game. 69% threw a touchdown, probably maybe ran for 1. So he's doing his thing. Baker Mayfield is being Baker. 2 touchdowns, 3 picks. That's kind of Baker in my opinion. Kyler Murray, 4 touchdowns, 2 picks. We got Justin Herbert. He doesn't have a touchdown and only 50% on completion. So I'm wondering if they're winning. I got to check that. Patrick Mahomes is back doing what he's supposed to do. Anthony Richardson is having a much better start than I thought he would have. Look at that. And then we got Jaden Daniels, but I got to check and see real quick. What is Saquon doing? Saquon had 14 rushes for 80 yards. Longest was 9. Brian Robinson played a lot in that first game. So, but yeah, we got to see what their record is. Dallas has 2 killer receivers right now. So they got, 3 actually. I forgot George Pickens. I forgot they got him in real life. CD Lamb and oh my God, it's ugly over here. Dak Prescott should lead the league in passing and touchdowns and everything this year. Tua Tagovailoa, he is just okay right now. Jalen Hurts looks like he is managing fine without Saquon. Let's see who's leading them in rushing. We got Raheem Mostert is, not too bad. 3.5 yards could be better than that. So running game, we'll see what that is, right? The Falcons, we got Penix Jr. is doing pretty well. We got Brock Purdy having a solid start. Jackson Dart is playing over your boy Russell. He is. Trevor's 3 touchdowns, no picks. Justin Fields, we gonna ride with you forever, man. That's my dog. 78% completion rate. I'm just saying though, like for real. He's got Tyreek Hill now. You had him for the last game. He only had 3 catches, but it's about to get ugly out here. I think Justin might be about to go crazy. Jared Goff had 1 touchdown pass, no picks. Jordan Love, let's see, we got the Panthers, Bryce Young with that one there. Josh Allen, I really wanted to see this. Drake May was terrible when he started that first game. No worries, he won't be playing anymore. Josh Allen didn't throw a touchdown pass, but he was definitely much better. You can tell that they still running Patriot offense because he only threw the ball 20 times. Geno, okay. Matt Stafford still out here slinging the ball. 3 touchdowns, no picks. Cooper Rush, hey, I'm trying to tell you, they trying to say it's a system thing. I don't like that. Trying to throw some shade at my boy Lamar. It's not a system thing, but Cooper Rush is balling right now. Not a lot of yards. Dink and dunk, but more dunks than dinks. Spencer Rattler's, he's struggling. Sam Darnold, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Okay, Steelers. Aaron Rodgers. It's time. It's time to let it go, Aaron. It's probably just time to let it go. That's just what I think. It's probably time to get but this pass rush that they got. Did anybody get what they're doing? What are they doing with sacks? Patrick Queen got a sack. Holcomb a sack and a half. Let's see. Highsmith got the sack. TJ Watts got a sack. Myles Garrett ended up getting a sack. He played just in that second game. So like I said, it's just going to pop in a little bit cleaner after this. Let's see what we got. We got CJ Stroud with 4 touchdowns and a pick. And then lastly, or not lastly, we got Cam. Oh, the rookie, 2-2. Yeah, he's gonna struggle. So it's gonna be that. JJ. Speaking of struggling, JJ is really struggling, guys. Yeah, he's freaking struggling bad. All right, let's look at the standings real quick though. Where are we at on that? The Rams got a few 2-0 teams. Not nothing crazy yet. Let's jump ahead again. We're gonna jump all the way to mid-season. All right, all the way to week 8. They got Rayshawn Jenkins is on the block. I don't know why he's on the block, but he's on the block. We didn't have anything to do with that, just so you know. Looking at these top performers, are there any new people here? Joe Burrow's killing it. Dak Prescott, I thought he should be up there because he's got all the weapons you could ever want. But yeah, not really anybody. They're saying what I did didn't even have much of an impact at all. That's what they kind of telling me. The Raiders are 6-1. Like, who did the Raiders get? The Raiders they got Chris Jones, and he must be making one hell of an impact. The 49ers are 5-2. The Bengals are 6-1. The Bengals, who did the Bengals? Let me remind myself. The Bengals got Craig Hayward. They got not Craig Hayward. They got Hayward from the Steelers. He's on the defensive line. Their defensive line is really nice now because they still got Trey Hendrickson because he didn't get traded in my world. The Texans are 5-1. Where are my Bears? Oh God, it's not. It's 3-3. Okay, it's not too bad. But what are the Patriots? The Patriots are 4-3 with Josh, but Buffalo is probably dreadful. And I also want to see where the Ravens are. The Ravens are 3-3, and Buffalo. Oh yeah. Yeah, I know. And but look, Lamar's struggling terrible. Lamar's 1-6. Oh, that's quite the shift. That's crazy work. All right, we got to jump ahead again. All right, we jumped ahead to week 10. And so we got, let's take a look at some of these scores, what we got here, or some more of the stats and some of the matchups coming up for this week. We got the Raiders are still 7-1. Well, not still 7-1. The Raiders still only have one loss. The Rams are 6-2. They're on the road against San Francisco. The Bears are 4-4. They're at home against the Giants. The Raiders, they get, I don't know. And it's crazy because they don't actually even have people leading in categories or anything. They just out here balling. So let's look at the entire NFL and see where we are with certain stats. So leading the league in passing yardage is Joe Burrow. Who's leading in touchdown passes? Joe Burrow. He also only has 4 interceptions. Brock Purdy only has 3. Justin Fields only has 3. Josh Allen only has 3, but his team's terrible. Completion percentage, you gotta kind of go through this. It's really Joe Burrow, 73% because of the attempts. Yards per game, Joe Burrow's gonna win MVP, y'all. He's also the lead in passing rating. Like, they lost Jamar Chase, and he's still doing this. They lost Jamar Chase and got Hayward, and he's having the year of his life. Yards per attempt is Jalen Hurts and Dak Prescott. Who's got the longest touchdown pass? Jackson freaking Dart, 93 yards. Who's getting lit up back here? Oh, God, somebody help Tua. He already, come on, y'all. He got sacked 31 times. This is not he don't need that. He don't need that at all. All right, who's leading in rushing? It is Joe Mixon, 805 yards. How about touchdowns? We got David Montgomery. It's crazy because I know what I did must have had some sort of impact, but it's not showing up at the top right here. So Saquon Barkley only has 1 touchdown here. He's averaging 85 yards a game, 170 yards. Who's dropping the ball left and right? Okay, Nick Westbrook. I don't even know how to say his name. Ekine. Christian McCaffrey and Montgomery both have fumbled twice. Derrick Henry, of course, broken tackles. Who's got the longest run so far? 97 yards. Bucky Bucky Irvin only played 4 games. He must have got hurt. But he had a 97-yard run at some point in time before he got hurt. What about receiving? He's leading in receptions. T. Higgins. Yeah, somebody's catching all that stuff that Joe Burrow's throwing. 66 receptions. Who's got yards? We got Jalen Waddle and Ray McCloud, the third, tied at 802 yards. But in terms of Terrence Ferguson, actually, Terrence Ferguson, I was about to say, is that a wide receiver? No, he's not a wide receiver. He's a rookie, tight end. But he has the highest average. He only had 1 catch, so you really can't go by him. It's really not him. It's really Ray McCloud, 18.7 yards. The average per game, Ray McCloud is balling out here with Michael Penix. How about touchdowns? McCloud, Puka, Tank Dale, Iacevus, and George Pickens all have 8 touchdowns. We know the longest one. I thought somebody was no, Jackson Dart threw this to Darius Slayton. That's who that was. All right, let's look at defense here. We're gonna look at tackles. We got Logan Wilson. Man, the Bengals, they got people everywhere. I'm just saying. What about sacks? Max Crosby. Okay, the first person that switched the team that showed up in the leaders is on defense. And then Micah Parsons with the Giants is next. And they're also up there with TFLs, but it's Daron Payne, Khalil Mack with TFLs. How about picks? Well, it's all over the place. A bunch of people got 3. Oh, there's Derek Stingley Jr. He's one of the new ones. He's got 3. Have we had anybody take it to the house on defense? A few. 5 people. Julian Blackman, L'Jarius Sneed, Buda Baker, there's another new person, Jay Ward, and Christian Benford. But that's it. That's it. I mean, the rest of this doesn't really need to be looked at. So it's time for us to jump. I think we need to jump all the way to the playoffs. We need to jump all the way to the playoffs and see what went on, what happened. All right, now once we are in the playoffs, we're going to start actually playing the games and not playing the games. We're going to sim the games. We'll let you kind of look at some highlights, see how everything kind of went from there. But let's see who made the playoffs. We got the first round. The Bengals and Joe Burrow just stayed ridiculous. They get the first round bye. The Raiders ended up only getting the 4th seed. They must have really fell on hard times in the second half of the season. 49ers get the first round bye. The Bears, my Bears didn't make it. But Saquon and the Commanders made it. Wow. The Eagles did not. That's something. The Cowboys lost Micah Parsons and they made it. The Giants got Micah Parsons and they didn't. The Vikings lost Justin Jefferson and got Amon-Ra St. Brown. The Packers got Justin Jefferson and they did not make it. We got the Panthers here. We got the Seahawks. We got the Bucks. That's on the NFC side. On the AFC side, the Houston Texans are in at number 2. The Steelers with that crazy defensive line with TJ Watt and Myles Garrett are in at 7. Josh Allen and the Patriots there at 3. The Chargers there, even though they lost Rashawn Slater, they ended up getting Chris Jones. They're there. The Raiders are there, but they lost Max Crosby to the Broncos, but the Broncos don't make it. And the Ravens make it with freaking Cooper Rush. And LJ and the Browns are nowhere to be found. That's one of the Lamar Jackson haters had to handle these simulations. Had to. Just totally had to. That is crazy freaking work, is what that is. Crazy freaking work. Well, let's look at where we are with the standings, or where we finished with the standings. The 49ers had the best record in the NFL, 13-4. Bengals 12-5. Texans 12-5. Where did the Raiders end up? 10. So the Raiders were 7-1. Okay. They finished the season 3-6 and barely made the playoffs after this start. How bad were the Bears? God dog it. That bad? Hot damn. 6-11. Second tie for the second worst record in the NFL. Look at what? Wait a minute. They lost Chris Jones and all hell broke loose. Wait a minute. Okay, hold on. Patrick Mahomes, he didn't get hurt. I was just about to say that Patrick Mahomes get hurt. I'm looking at him right here. He had 4,000 yards. What happened? Okay, hold on. I got to figure out what happened to the Chiefs. Why did they suck? So their offense was solid. They were the 7th best offense from a total yard standpoint in the NFL. How about defense? So they're basically saying that Chris Jones's impact was this big, that they were all the way down here on defense without him. Well, it's closer to the bottom middle of the pack on defense. How about specifically, was their run defense horrible? Or what was it? I mean, it looks like it might be a run defense because they're definitely not in the top here. Oh, yeah, you can run all over them. Yeah, they were 30th in the league against the run without Chris Jones. I'm not totally mad at that whole concept. I'm not really. Who's like on third down? I mean, the Raiders were great on third down. The Chiefs were not that good. They were okay, middle of the pack. The Bears were great on solid on third down. This is interesting. This is pretty freaking interesting. How about turnovers? What about this diff? The 49ers and the Panthers were the best in plus minus. How about worst? The Cardinals and the Falcons were -8. They just giving it away. Here, take it. You don't want it. The Chiefs broke even. So I don't know why they sucked, but they certainly did. All right, it's playoff time. We're going to jump into that. Let's look at some highlights from playoffs, and we break it down to see who wins the Super Bowl in this revamped kind of season. All right, we started off with this Patriots hosting the Chargers in the playoffs, and you see the Chargers are going to get the scoring started in the postseason with this field goal. They are up 3-0. The Patriots out here with Josh Allen at quarterback. Let's see what he can do. This is in the first quarter, the latter parts of the first quarter. And Allen in the shotgun. He's got time to throw, but he scrambles out. He's going to run. He can do that. Oh, and vintage Josh Allen. He ain't sliding. He's taking on the tackler and gets that first down. And the Patriots are on the move. But they end up having to settle for the field goal as the field flips, and they tie the game up at 3. This one still close, obviously, through the first quarter. Let's see what happens as we go into the second quarter. 6:47 remaining. Justin Herbert hits his man Quentin Johnston. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Quentin Johnston had a game. That's a spoiler alert. Quentin Johnston had a game, but so did Najee Harris. Got stuffed up a little bit right there though. But I'm just letting you know he did have a game. You see that right now, early in this game, both defenses are kind of stiffening up, stopping these drives, and it's a 6-3 lead for the Chargers here in the second quarter. We're gonna move on a little bit deeper into the game. Now we're still in the second quarter. The Chargers on the drive again. The handoff to Najee. I told you he played well. Got lit up a little bit there, but that's a solid run. They get the ball up to about the 22. Justin Herbert looking. He's got time over the middle. Oh my God, what a dot! And what did I tell you? Quentin Johnston played like Calvin Johnson out here today, which honestly a lot of people kind of felt like out of college he was supposed to be like that, but he had the drops. He's early on in his career. Maybe this is what we're gonna see this year. I don't know. Look at this. Drag them toes so everybody knows. That is a touchdown. 13-3. Josh Allen got time. He's going deep. Josh Allen got a man down the sidelines. Oh my, what a pass. That is a beautiful connection. I think that was Stephon Diggs. They are driving. Josh Allen's X factor is in play. He hits Antonio Gibson, who does like a little cha-cha slide a little bit before he went in the end zone. I don't know what he was doing there, but nonetheless, the Patriots draw closer, getting this to be 13-10. We starting to score now. Here we are in the second half. Justin Herbert looking. Quick out pass here to Najee. What did I tell you? I told you Najee was a dog. But I'm going to tell you right now, you ain't even seen the best of what he got to deliver in this game. Driving inside the 5-yard line. Can the Chargers add to the lead? That same little pass play, that same man, Quentin Johnston, is eating and he ain't full. And the Patriots can't stop him from ordering more food. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Another touchdown pass from Justin Herbert to Quentin Johnston. They're up 20-10, got the ball back again, looking to make more happen against the blitz. That is Ladd McConkey, I think, and he gets down to the 40. The Chargers are moving. Patriots need to find the stop button because it's about to get out of hand. It looks like the little dump off. Look at that man, Quentin Johnston again. Oh my goodness, he's breaking tackles. Yeah, I don't know if this is a good omen for Quentin Johnston's 2025 season, but it's looking like it. 20-10, the handoff. Look at Najee. Look at him. Oh my, he can't be stopped. He cannot. I told you hadn't seen the best of Najee. The Dreadhead brothers from the Chargers are doing work. Quentin Johnston, Najee Harris with this spectacular run. You gotta look at this replay. Look at this. The stiff arm here, and then watch Peppers come flying in, even with the Guardian helmet. He said, man, with that extra little pad on your head, don't even matter. 27-10. We're in the fourth quarter. The Patriots are desperate. And look at this dime by Josh Allen to Stephon Diggs. Doesn't matter though. The Chargers advance 30-17. They come in to New England to get the victory. Now we go to Dallas against the Commanders. Dak Prescott with a dump-off pass. He's got the Cowboys on the move down to the 50-yard line. They couldn't get anything but a field goal out of that. Saquon Barkley is a commander. I just wanted to show you a run that he just did. He only had 3 rushes for 12 yards at that point, but we had to show you some Saquon. Trust me, there will be more. Look at this option play. Oh my God. Jaden Daniels undressed him. That man was clothed and now he's naked out there in the open field. You don't unclothe a man in the open field like that. Look at the run by Saquon Barkley. Gets it down inside the 10. They are looking to score. What a early start for Jaden Daniels. And he gets the touchdown pass. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Jaden Daniels is... I'm a Bears fan, y'all. I like Caleb. I want him to do well. But I ain't gonna lie. Jaden Daniels, I feel some type of way, y'all. Dak Prescott's back. He's going deep. He is going deep, and he's got... Is that Scary Terry? Yes, that's McLaurin. Of course, we know he ended up here. Now he's playing against his former team in the postseason, and he just hurt him. Got it down inside the 5-yard line. You know he would like nothing more than to do that. He ain't never going to do that for Dallas unless it's through free agency or something. But yeah, they are not trading this man to Dallas. They don't want to see that happening to them twice a year. Inside the 10-yard line, Dak hits McLaurin. He's hurting him. He's hurting him. I'm telling you, I'm thinking like we might see some people, if they get a chance against their former teams here in this playoff thing, we might see some people doing some damage like Terry McLaurin is doing right now. I don't know what Saquon would be doing if he was playing against the Eagles or the Giants, to be honest. 10-7 though, Dallas is winning. They're driving again. Prescott again. Oh my God. Bumbling, breaking, and smacking. Ferguson gets in down inside the 5-yard line. They are looking to add to this lead. The handoff, that is going to be a touchdown run. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The Cowboys are I'm telling you, I mean, Javonte Williams is like, y'all don't need Rico Dowdle. Y'all don't need Pollard. Y'all don't need none of that. We got it. We good. We good. Only inside, you know, oh my God. Well, he put a move, actually ended up going into the gap. But nonetheless, 17-7, Dallas leading. Jaden Daniels and the Commanders got to start coming back. And they are doing just that. Oh, inside the 10-yard line, we got my man Lane down in there. Lane actually had a fantastic game. He did have a good game. Look at that. Did you see Saquon pick up that block? Did you see Saquon? If Saquon doesn't pick up this block, that pass doesn't get made. He picks it up. Great pass pro. We get Lane for the touchdown in the corner of the end zone, and we got a closer game. And he's grittying. I actually don't want to never see nobody else gritty, except for maybe Justin Jefferson. I think it is the most overused thing. It's like dabbing at this point. Lane again in the middle. I told you he had a big game. Like literally, the gritty has got to the point where it's like dabbing. It's like lame now if you do it. 17-14. Jaden Daniels is looking. He's going into the end zone, touchdown in the corner. What a dime. A way to get your feet down, Deebo Samuel. Debo with the catch. I'm on the real though. If the Commanders can get McLaurin together in real life, this little combination of weapons that they got, of course they don't really have Saquon, but this little combination of weapons that they got is going to be crazy. They're up 21-17. The handoff, oh, here he comes. Yep, nobody even touched him, and even if they did, I don't think it would have mattered. Saquon rumbles in for the touchdown. That is a spectacular, but it's not really spectacular. The blocking was spectacular. I don't know if anything else was spectacular, but the blocking was. And the Commanders come back. This was 21 unanswered points. They were down 17-7, ended up coming back and winning this 28-17 to defend the home field. Now we go to Minnesota against Carolina. Look at Aaron. Oh my God. Oh my God. Aaron Jones Sr., he was running like he was somebody's daddy right there. The moves to get to the outside, he worked his way to be untouched there. He worked his way. He earned that. 7-0 Minnesota leading. We got JJ's looking. He hits over the middle. Whoever that is just got depleted. Oh, that's Amon-Ra. Amon-Ra St. Brown just got depleted. He obviously replaced JJ as the number one receiver for the Vikings. JJ's back again. I'm talking about Justin Jefferson. And oh my God, broken away. He gone. You can forget about it. Jordan Addison almost got corralled here. This is bad tackling, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's bad tackling. You gotta get him. I don't think I can't remember the number. That's a touchdown. We know that. 14-0, Carolina's got to respond. Bryce Young with the handoff. Oh my God, Chuba to the outside. I think he might have stepped out of bounds. They said he didn't, but I thought he might have stepped out of bounds. They inside the 10. Bryce is gonna run. I can tell. The skinny fella, only time he can run is if ain't nobody gonna hit him, because I literally be worried about his well-being because bro is so skinny. That was a really that's good ball carrier vision. That's BCV for you. He recognized there was nothing. He had to block, and he found some lanes to go and attack the end zone. He did it. Touchdown. Carolina needed that touchdown in a major way. They're trying to come up with this victory on the road. They're still down 14-7, and the Vikings looking like they're trying to do something else. It's the same route. It's the same route. And this time they don't touch him at all. The same route. It's the same route. Carolina has not made the adjustment on this curl. And, I'm sorry, that's Rondale Moore. Oh, man, I feel bad for Rondale Moore, too. He got hurt on, the first play after he lost. He's out for the whole season. That's why I didn't hardly recognize him. He was out for the whole season last year, hurt on the first play of preseason. But look at that throw. Oh, my God. Xavier Leggett was about to get ridiculous on them boys, but he got tackled. So it's 21-7. Carolina's they're scoring a lot in this game. We're still in the first half. Carolina needs this touchdown. They get it, bring it to 21-14. They definitely needed that for sure. Adam Thielen against his former team, and we didn't even do a swap. That's just really how this is. But Bryce Young, you can't give nobody that much time to throw the ball. That's a lot of time. I'm just saying. That's a lot of time to throw the ball. End of the second quarter, Bryce Young back to pass, and he's got a man again. Xavier Leggett he's doing the best he can. So if they fail, it ain't going to be because of him. Down by 7, threatening inside the red zone. Touchdown pass. Adam Thielen is victimizing his former team, and this game is now tied. Bryce Young getting a lot of time to throw the ball. I love how Madden definitely does capture how small he is at the position. It's crazy. You see him back there compared to the other quarterbacks, and you could definitely see that size difference is crazy. But the Vikings are back on the prowl. We still in the first half, y'all. These teams are putting it up. JJ's scrambling. He got his man. Oh my God! Inside the 50. I thought he was going to break that tackle. I really did. That was a great run after the catch for Hickinson. He almost broke through this. He had 3 dudes. It took 3. Took 3 to bring him down. Still in this first half, McCarthy again. Oh my God. You thought that last one was something. He will not be denied, but they still couldn't get in the end zone. Minnesota ends up having to kick the field goal, settle for it. 24-21. They lead here late in the first half I think this is probably the highest scoring game of the postseason. I can't really remember, but McCarthy's back again. Quick throw again. Oh man, I'm trying to say Y'all, they better make an adjustment because he's open all the time. Okay, McCarthy's scrambling. Oh my God, look at the vision. This is a perfect setup. Also, the offensive lines are doing really well. That's why they're scoring so much. Perfect setup, quick, really getting the ball out real quick earlier to the tight end with the crosses and the drags, and now that just opened that up as it scattered the linebackers to take that away, and now he's able to scramble up the middle. But the Panthers are already back looking to threaten, and he got another touchdown strike, this one to Chuba Hubbard, and this is an absolute shootout in Minnesota. This is a shootout. Chuba Hubbard gets the touchdown. Look, it's the way he's just standing there surveying the scene every time. I don't understand why the Vikings aren't getting more pressure, but they're not. 31-28 though, Vikings leading, and they're going to add a little bit more. We get that's Amon-Ra. I thought it was Rondale Brown again, but it was not. It was Amon-Ra St. Brown, and they're on the drive, making it cross midfield to about the 45-yard line of the Panthers. McCarthy and the Vikings still looking to add to their lead. The out route, he got him. Oh my, he's gone. I don't think you're going to catch him. I don't think you're going to catch him. J.J. McCarthy is having the day of days, y'all. He's having the day of days. Just slicing the Panthers up in the itty-bitty bits. 38-28, 10-point lead. They're looking to add more, looking to put this one away in the fourth quarter. Over the middle. Somebody get the tight end. I'm just saying. He got 147 catches. TJ Hockenson is just destroying them, and they end up killing them. We're moving on to the next game. The Ravens against the Raiders. Deep pass. Yeah, Cooper Rush is not Lamar Jackson, as you can tell. That ball was picked off by the Raiders. Last game, of course, the Vikings move on. Jeremy Chin ends up with the interception, and he gets some love. Just don't kiss him on the forehead like you Christian Wilkinson or something, and there ain't gonna be no problems. The handoff. This is Ashton Jeanty. Oh, Ashton Jeanty breaks it inside the red zone down about the 14-yard line. The rookie is cooking, but they have to settle for the field goal. The Raiders take that 3-0 lead. I don't even understand, I'm gonna be honest. In watching this simulation, I have no idea how the Ravens made the playoffs without Lamar Jackson. Cooper Rush struggled a lot. You understand me? A lot. But the Ravens defense kept them in the game. And we see him make a really easy little dink and dunk pass there to Mark Andrews. He makes that reception. They got it in the field goal range. It's not Justin Tucker. It's definitely not Justin Tucker. But field goes in, and I think this kid's name is Loop. I'm going to be honest with you. The kickers sometimes, especially if they don't have a lot of tenure, I got to read the back of the jerseys. Somebody better read the back of Cooper Rush jerseys. And we just talked about this fella, Christian Wilkinson. We didn't cut him. We let him and forehead kissing Christian stay on the team. Look at this, was a pretty big penalty in the third quarter. Look at this penalty there, running into the kicker. I don't know what bro is doing. That's a huge penalty, which then ends up giving them another shot at the field goal. Well, actually, it didn't just give them another shot at the field goal. They really just had an opportunity to continue to drive. It still ended up making them settle for the field goal. But they, that's a harebrained penalty is what that is. Brock Bowers over the middle from Geno. It's 6-3, and we're playing a field goal game now. We're all the way into the third quarter at this point, and all we're doing is trading field goals. So that tells you we got two solid defenses and relatively inept offenses. I think it's more solid defense on the Ravens side than it is the Raiders being inept. Because look at Geno. Look at Geno scrambling. Oh, almost got down to about the 2-yard line before he gets stopped. Is this going to be the first touchdown of the game? Did this set it up? Geno from the 5, looking. He's got time. He's going to run again. Oh, look at Geno with the great scramble. That one was even better than, look at this little nifty little move he puts on the defensive lineman to go ahead and look at it again. Oh, just sidestep. Good stuff by Geno. Raiders driving again, 13 to 6. They're up, going over the top. That ball is, I don't even know why he was doing that. That was so dumb. Look at the time. It's a minute 20 left. You're already up by a touchdown. All they had to do was kick a field goal. All right. EA, if I'm going to say one thing about what's going on with your CPU logic, the late game logic is really crazy. I did a simulation earlier, and bro kicked we were in overtime, and it's 4th down, and it was 4th and long, but the dude punts it, and after they had already possessed the ball, so effectively ending the game. Now we just see Geno Smith throw this interception in the end zone when they obviously should have just kicked the field goal. Now the Ravens have the ball and they're driving. Mark Andrews just mossed somebody. He actually pushed off before he did it. But now they're driving. Now they got a chance to win this game. 19-yard line, 10 seconds remaining. Going into the end zone. It is dropped. Mark Andrews, he did that in real life. Was it last year or year before last? They end up losing this game 13 to 6, but they almost freaking blew it. All right, we're going to Houston. The Steelers against the Texans. Aaron Rodgers over the middle. He looked old as ever, even in the game. He hits Calvin Austin. I'm just trying to tell y'all, the Madden knows that it's time for Aaron Rodgers to go ahead and wrap this on up. They're going ahead and wrap this up. But they are driving. Here they are. He goes over the middle again. He likes that little route. That's Plaxico. Yeah, that's Plaxico. Did I say Plaxico? That is DK Metcalf. I called that man Plaxico Burress. Jonnu Smith, the former Patriot, catches the crossing route in for a touchdown at 7-0. I call that man Plaxico Burress. There ain't nothing really similar between Plaxico Burress and DK Metcalf except for they both really big black wide receivers, but they don't even play similar. I don't even know what's going on. I don't know. Y'all have to forgive me. This is the first words I've spoken today. I woke up on business. Woke up on voiceover business. CJ Stroud and the Texans are looking. He's got an angle there. Oh my God, that's a nice pass. Step up in the pocket. That's a dime. That's a dime. That's a beautiful dime. If you can make that throw, you about that life. On target, ties the game up at 7. Aaron Rodgers back. Oh, quick. Gets it out quick. Just a little bit of that was actually more of a halfback swing and sets up a field goal. Makes it 10-7 Steelers. And this one might be another close one as the Houston Texans are driving here in the second quarter. Late, the handoff, Joe Mixon spinning in for they said no touchdown. 3rd and goal. I thought he got in. Let's see if we can get in this time. And CJ says, I'm just going to keep it this time. He goes for the QB sneak, and the Texans are winning 14-10. Texans got the ball back just past midfield. The play fake, the Mixon going large. Oh, what a catch. This one is more wide receiver than this is. Because it's not really double coverage, it's single coverage with the help coming, and Nico Collins goes up and says, "Now, y'all, hold on. We got it. Everybody relax. Texas just took command with that lead, but the Steelers are trying to come back. 24-10. Aaron Rodgers back. The quick pass over the middle. It is completed. That was the Metcalf, not Plaxico Burress. Plaxico Burress does not play anymore. He hasn't played for a long time, so I don't even know what's going on. DK Metcalf over the middle for the touchdown. He muscles his way in. I don't know if I would ever see DK Metcalf do that dance, but that's a really big person doing that dance, but touchdown nonetheless. I like the fact that all Aaron Rodgers stuff is a little quick stuff over the middle, because we don't know if his arm is still able to do that. But they're still trying to come back. 30-17, Rodgers again. On this one, now that has some air on it. That has some air. That's a touchdown pass. That has some zip on it. Scotty Miller, former Buccaneer, still got that speed, but not enough speed. The Steelers lose this game 30-24. The Texans move on. Mike Tomlin is, I don't know, bro. All right, we're jumping ahead. We're looking at the playoffs all the way up to the championship games, which are already established. So the Texans, like I said, beat the Steelers. They moved on, but they got destroyed by the Raiders 42-17 in the next round. The Chargers moved on and ended up running into the Bengals, and the Bengals destroyed them 31-10, which sets up the AFC Championship game, which is the Bengals against the Raiders. On the NFC side, the Seahawks did move on, but they ran into the number 1 seed San Francisco 49ers, and they lost 33-27. Game was pretty close, but they still took the L. We also saw we actually didn't see all of the highlights from that one, but the Buccaneers-Seahawks game, but that's how it shook out. The Commanders took on the Vikings and lost to the Vikings 24-18. The Vikings go to the NFC Championship game against the 49ers. Now, here we are in the NFC or in the championship rounds, and we see the simulations here. The Bengals eked out a victory over the Raiders. I don't know what it was with Geno and that defense, but even though they lost Max Crosby and everything, but they were a solid team, ended up only losing to the Bengals, which is the number 1 seed in the AFC East, by 3 points. The Bengals go to the Super Bowl, as do the other number 1 seed, who also only won by a field goal. The Vikings pushed the 49ers and end up losing in the NFC Championship game 13-10. That sets up a Super Bowl, which is a repeat Super Bowl. Actually, we saw it twice, I believe, both times in the 80s. I want to say like early 81 and maybe like 89 Super Bowl. I can't remember exactly the Super Bowl numbers, but I remember Joe Montana against the Bengals 2 different times, and the 49ers won both times. We'll see if that happens this time. But before we look at what's going to happen in the Super Bowl, let's look at the Pro Bowl teams. We got Prescott, Stroud, Hurts against Jared Allen. Jared Allen made it. Jaden Daniels against Patrick Mahomes, Bijan Robinson and Joe Mixon, Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry, and Aaron Jones, Taylor, we got Ham. As we look through this, Amon-Ra St. Brown is in there. I'm looking for people who switch teams. Quentin Nelson, he switched. He's in there. Most of these other ones, TJ Watt still made it, even though he didn't switch, but thought I'd call that out. Van Ginkel, Myles Garrett switched, he made it. Vita Vea switched, he made it. So a lot of guys that were top players that switched actually did make it. I thought Demario Davis may have made it, but he did not. Let's look at these corners and DBs. Patrick Surtain II, he made it, and Xavier McKinney made it for my Bears, even though we didn't do nothing in the playoffs. And that was it. Carol Sanders made it for the Bears. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Now look at the awards. Joe Burrow wins the NFL MVP. That's no surprise. He was torching the world. Coach of the Year is Kyle Shanahan. So we got the MVP and the Coach of the Year in the Super Bowl. That's not unlikely. Now we got Offensive Player of the Year and Puka Nacua. And then we got Jonathan Greenwood gets the Defensive Player of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year was Jalen Lane. He balled out in that playoff game. Nick Scouton of the Panthers. All of these are teams that made the playoffs. Best quarterback was Brock Purdy. Bijan was the best running back. Best wide receiver was Puka Nacua. Let's see. The best, should be looking at best offensive lineman here. Chris Lindstrom from the Falcons. Jonathan Greenwood was the best offensive lineman. Best linebacker was Blake Cashman. Best DB, well, we had to represent somewhere. Xavier McKinney. Younghoe Koo was the best kicker. And so, yeah, that's the NFC stuff. Let's switch this over to the AFC. Burrow, of course, was the Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year is Myles Garrett. So, switcher. Offensive Rookie of the Year was Ashton Genty. Defensive Rookie of the Year was Shamar Stewart, the Bengals. Best quarterback, of course, is Joe Burrow. Running back was Joe Mixon. Best wide receiver was Jerry Jeudy. Best offensive lineman was Quinn Miners. Myles Garrett's best defensive lineman. Best linebacker is Eric Kendricks. Best DB is Kenny Moore II. Best kicker was Kaimi Fairbairn. And yeah, there's that. So we are in the Super Bowl, y'all. Here we go. And it's really technically a home game. Well, not technically, but really is a home game for the 49ers. But the way this set up, just because I think the Bengals have the best record, they actually are the home team. But that's actually how this would go to in the Super Bowl. Even though it's taking place at Levi's Stadium, if the 49ers make it and they don't have the best record in the NFL, they will be there in their road jerseys playing, which is crazy, right? It's crazy.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm one of them people that feel like the Super Bowl maybe shouldn't even be at a neutral site. I'm just saying. I don't even know. Maybe the same place every year, even if it is a neutral site. But anyway, Joe Burrow's out and doing work early. He's got his man. It's a first down inside the red zone. They are threatening here at the end of the first quarter. Nothing but darts and dimes. That's all. Did he get to the red? Yeah, he did get to the red zone. T. Higgins tried to help him, but it didn't matter. Ended up having to settle for the field goal. Now the 49ers, just to remind you, they lost, in my opinion, the best middle linebacker in the NFL in this little switch. They lost Fred Warner Jr. and so they are out here without him playing defense, but they did get Devontae Adams, which that's who just caught that pass, and now they're driving. They're here on the 5-yard line. Brock Purdy's looking again. He scrambles, fires over the middle. He's got Brandon Ayuk, and it's a touchdown, and the 49ers on the board 7-3. They have now taken the lead. In case you lost track of what's going on, like the Bengals, I guess you could say in real life the Bengals are kind of underachieved. And so would anybody be super, super surprised if they made it this far? The defensive line is really, really good anyway, but it won't be that good if they lose Trey Hendrickson. So we'll see what happens. But Burrow with the dart touchdown there over the middle, and the Bengals pull ahead. They're going to be up 10-7. Burrow might this year. He might get into that thing where it's like, okay, I need some of y'all to start saying I'm the best quarterback. And we need to bypass Mahomes, bypass Josh Allen, think about me. But Brock Purdy's like, think about something, but not that. He's sacked, and the interception ends up being an interception return for the defensive lineman right there. That ain't it. That's a game breaker. That's with 59 seconds in the fourth quarter, and that one right there just sealed it. Brock Purdy gets picked off by a large B.J. Hill. Hit as he threw, picked off by B.J. Hill, and this is like a defensive lineman dream. You get a pick six, a defensive lineman interior guy at that, get a pick six to pretty much seal the Super Bowl. Last play of the game, just for kicks and giggles, a touchdown pass to George Kittle would never celebrate like this, and if he knew the game was over. The game's over. There's no time on the clock. He's pointing at people, and they slapping fives. But the game's over. They lost the Super Bowl. 17-14, the Bengals win. I don't know what can be done about contextual awareness and whatever, not even or game awareness. We get to get a raised shower there for Zach. But, yeah, overall, solid simulation. I didn't have a problem with the way it shook out. I have a problem with Joe Burrow's hair, though. Like, I don't know what that is. It looked like a blonde lily pad. But nonetheless, Charles Woodson's going to hand out the Lombardi Trophy. He walking real slow. He walking like the Undertaker. Dong. That's okay, though. He's scary. I don't even know if I want the trophy from Charles if he's going to walk up to me like that. In any case, the Bengals win. Peace.